Em yells at me for using my trampoline. Okay, so about a year ago, we got a trampoline. It was pretty nice and led to all the younger kids on our street coming over and jumping, which works out because my brother was their age. So this happened about 4 months ago. I was babysitting my brother and there was a family that just moved in down the street. And here's where we get into the story. Cast, Em, she demon, me. Okay, so on this day, I took my brother outside to jump on the trampoline because he needed to burn energy. We have a family rule that we don't have anyone over when our parents aren't home, including our trampoline, so if anybody gets injured, it's not our fault. We were jumping for about 5 minutes until she demon herself shows up. Em, can my son jump with yours? I'm a teenager and my brother is a preschooler, so I don't know where she got he was my son. Me, no, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to have people over when our parents aren't home. Em, why not? My son just wants someone to play with. From here, I can tell where this is going, and reading other posts on here and watching r/, I have come up with the response of the century me, because it's a house rule. Frankly, I don't care if your son wants to play, he's not allowed. Em, why are you on here in the first place? You're too big for this, it's a kid's toy. Let my kid play with it? Me, no, get off my lawn before I let the dogs out on you. And I got ignored. Right about now I'm done with this crazy lady, so I go back inside and notice that Mrs. Demon is trying to get on the trampoline with her son, so I have an idea. So just for good measure, I let out our Belgian Malinois, which is a German Shepherd but better to scare her. She doesn't bite, but she jumps a lot, and it was just enough to get her out of our yard. They moved to Norway about 3 weeks ago. There's no such thing as Kit Kat. So, this is another story of my mother, Karen, an entitled parent. This story happened a few years ago, so I can't remember exactly what was said. The cast, my Em, my entitled mother. Me, mega embarrassed. CA, cashier at KFC. It was the end of a school day, and I asked my mother if we could go to KFC. She agreed and off we went. I always ordered a Streetwise 3 and an Orange Crusher. But this time, it wasn't the case. It had been a while since we had KFC, and unbeknownst to us, the menu had changed. When we pulled up to the cashier window, this was the conversation. CA, welcome to KFC, can I have your order? From the start, the cashier was mumbling and looked a bit uninterested. Em, yes, we'd like a Streetwise 3 for her, drumsticks only, and an Orange Crusher. CA, do you mean a Kit Kat Crusher? My mother looked baffled. Em, no, I want an Orange Crusher. CA, madam, we don't serve Orange Cruisers anymore. Only Kit Kat. Em, no, I said I want an Orange Crusher. Every time we've been here before, we got an Orange Crusher. CA, I'm sorry, ma'am. Our menu changed and we now serve Kit Kat Cruisers. Do you want that? Em, no. I said I want an Orange Crusher. There is no such thing as a Kit Kat Crusher. Give us an Orange Crusher, or give us nothing at all. During this entire exchange, I was sitting in the passenger seat like a deer caught in headlights. I kept tugging on my mom's sleeve, trying to calm her down and tell her that a Kit Kat Crusher was fine with me. But nope. We left that day without any food. When we arrived home, my mother Googled the KFC menu, and was quite embarrassed to find that they had, indeed, changed the Orange Crusher to Kit Kat. We went back the next week and it was the same cashier. The look on my mom's face when she asked for a Kit Kat Crusher was priceless. Em tries to harass my disabled brother. This happened quite a while ago, back when I was a little kid. Now, I definitely don't know the dialogue very well, but I can kind of piece together what I remember and what I've been told. Back then, my little brother with Down syndrome was 3 and not very verbal. He also weighed only 30 pounds, so he was by far not a big bully. We had gone to a graduation party for his preschool and it had a huge playground which had many small children along with the couple of children with disabilities, including my brother. Since children with disabilities can typically be treated differently, or questioned by curious children, my mom liked to hover around, and she also had to help my brother up a rock wall lol. Of course, not every kid understands what being courteous is, and had to be a complete jerk to every poor kid there. Of course, this kid found my little brother and pushed him. Cast, M equals entitled mother EB equals entitled brat me equals me, easy enough lol, M equals my mom N equals my brother Noah, has Down syndrome, me, hey. Why did you do that? He's only 3. N, ouchie. EB, he was walking slow. Me, he has Down syndrome. He doesn't learn or talk as fast as everyone, but he's not a piece of dirt. EB, leaves about 20 minutes later. He was climbing up the slide that my little brother had just so happened to start going down. My brother stops but accidentally touched, and I mean barely touched, this kid's head, who was at least 6, and he runs screaming to his mom. M, why did your friend kick my son? Me, he's my brother, and he has Down syndrome. M, he shouldn't be here then. This place is for normal kids only since he can't go without hurting people. M, my son has just as much the right to be here as yours does. M, well, at least mine isn't kicking people. M, at least mine isn't pushing disabled children around. M, I can't believe the crazy people here. Her and her son proceed to leave, and we've never seen them again. Moral of the story, teach your children to understand disabilities and to have a little bit of sympathy for people. How a EK almost killed my dog. The story begins at the vet. My dog had stopped eating and was in visible pain. His stomach beat red. 3 weeks before, the vet diagnosed him with an intestinal blockage and had to feed my dog liquid food. It was like Boost or something. The vet advised me to not touch his stomach area because it might send him into shock from the pain, since it was heavily inflamed. The surgery day, I brought in my dog and he laid on the floor beneath my feet. There was a mom and her son in the lobby with me with a small cage. V equals vet, EP equals hell beast, EK equals hell spawn, me equals a unladen swallow. Extra points for the person who gets that reference. V, EP, you're in. EP, stay here. EK, she said, following the vet with the cage. EK was eyeing my dog and walked over. Can I pet your puppy? Me, no sorry, she's sick. EK, please. Me, sorry no. About 30 minutes later, I got bored and played music through my headphones, dozing off. Until I was awoken to my dog yelping in pain. Me, hey, leave him alone, I said, shouting, almost shoving the kid from the yelling. Both vet and EP ran in, and EPH grabbed the child and asked what happened. EK, mean man won't let me pet it. EP, let him pet him, you scared him. Me, no, he might have killed her. My dog was shaking in fear and in shock. After getting rushed to the back, he was stabilized and the EP was kicked out and banned. My dog is fine and healthy now. It turns out he ripped open one of his toys and swallowed some of the stuffing that ended up forming a ball the size of a nickel in his intestinal tract.